So give me a minute on this, okay? Just give me a minute on this because this is going to be a very, 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 see if it says wait, a very, very, very good example of a Yu-Gi-Oh card by me, a breakdown of it, okay? And this is something only I can do. It's only to me of what I can see from it, okay? But if this card didn't have anything that I was like paying attention to, if it didn't have any ideas, art details, if it didn't have anything that would make me want to talk about it, I want to talk about it. Okay, so right here, this is good art too, by the way. This is like good art. This is how they make these products and sell these products. See this little key piece right here, okay? We also got a key piece back there too, right? We got a ton of things that going on in this picture, okay? But this little key piece right here, we've even got tiny little feet, right? So tiny little feet. Now hold on a second too, because this is going to be really, really trippy, dude. This is going to be like, what in the world's going on here? We got some Quest 64 things, as you can see, but that's also different scary things, right? So different scary things, okay? This is a common pattern you see over time in Shadow of Colossus in different games, this little thing right here. Also, you know, we can make the Zelda Ocarina of Time argument with the machine eyes. So there's that. This is a crazy picture, dude. What they were doing with this picture today is they were just showing you the power of you're not paying attention, you don't know what you're talking about. They were doing all kinds of things, okay? So here's hair, right? Here's the hair of the head, right? Okay? And here's the top of this. Now, this is what's going to be like the new technique heading into 2023. We're not just talking about Yu-Gi-Oh, okay? We're talking about heading into 2023. This is going to be a new technique that they're all going to be working on. Every artist, every video game, they're starting this thing. They started it on Madden 24, and nobody really paid attention to the Madden 24 video I had, but it was probably like one of the best breakdowns of Madden 24, and they didn't pay attention to it. And I told them I'm not buying Madden 24. I'm not buying it because they are putting too much emphasis on just working on other graphics. It's just kind of like a graphic game. Maybe the gameplay will be just fun to play offline, but online it won't be fun. Okay, so right, where is it to go to? This is what's crazy too, because even if it looks like a Goomba, because that's what they want you to think, okay? So they want you to think a Goomba. You got to realize right now, the stuff that we're at is they're trying to get ahead of the game. Like, I would preferably pay attention to that little thing right there, right? I'd pay attention to this thing looking like a knife, okay? So this thing looking like a knife. That definitely looking like a knife. But, so what's going on is this is like, okay, so how long can you have fun? How long can they have fun before I find it in Mario 64, right? But it's not just even that. It's the fact that I've constantly told you example of Maya, right? And does it help that we have a pointy hair right here? Does it help that this pointy hair is from Ico, has like an Ico kind of feel to it, but this pointy hair is having like the chest plate, right? So this is what's going on right now. So currently what's going on is it's like, okay, so Yu-Gi-Oh, if you know anything about their meta game, they're not even focused on their meta game. They're not focused on a ban list. They're not focused on, what they're focused on is putting this artwork out here, okay? So basically, they're making, they're just making a cash game. And if you just don't even believe me, I'm going to just show you so many things that's going to make you go like, what? Like this right here, okay? Definitely Mario 64. Definitely Mario 64, but definitely also Ocarina of Time. They are using advanced art Now, a long time ago when they used advanced art technique, I'll tell you when they used it. They used this for like when they were showing you the deleted Colossus. And that's the problem is like the photos, they deleted some of the photos. And the reason they deleted some of the photos was because it was just giving too much information. You know, it was giving a lot of information. So this one, and I don't even like how it's doing that, right? That one, that's pretty. I always look for stuff like that in games. I always look for like a little piece like that, but it's doing that, right? And that's a common thing in video games. That's an ideal thing you want to find in video games sometimes. It just depends on the video game too, because sometimes the video game doesn't even care about what that is. But so the biggest problem that I have with it's not people, it's just I have a problem with they're not getting like the clear picture. The clear picture has always been, and yes, even those top of those hairs, yes, it's pubes. It's to go further than you think it can go. It can go really far. I'm not going to pay attention to the lines because we're just going to get really confused with the lines, okay? So all the lines are going to be very confusing. The background is definitely hiding some lines. But it's like, this was funny that they even did this today because the reason they were going to do this, okay? The reason they were going to give you a breakdown of all this was because they're making, what is it? They're making a distraction. Of course, this is a distraction. It's a very good distraction. Also, it's them tripping on me, tripping on people that are seeing my videos and like looking at my information, because they're tripping on me because they got blue and they got yellow in here and they got shades, they got gold. It's also kind of a nice thing to me. Okay. So it's a nice tribute to me. But it's also a thing like saying, hey, we got another project coming in. Just you wait. We got another project while you're trying to do this project, you know? And that's like, I'm trying to tell you, it's not just for me, okay? Because I know the problem that can come off is like, well, dang, I want to know what you know, you know, that kind of thing. But I'm telling you that right now, they're just, they are using they're using some crazy techniques, dude. They're using oh my gosh, they're using what is it called? Okay, so like nobody really doesn't want to purchase Madden 24. Madden games they've not been wanting to purchase, but if they hire these developers, and that's the thing, you're never going to be able to find these developers. Try as you may, you're not going to be able to find them. I'm telling you, you're not going to be able to find them. They have different names. And, you know, there's times when I'm like, he calls himself Famito, the guy for Shadow of Colossus. I'm like, or like, he's like, I'm Shigeru Miyamoto for Nintendo. And, but like there are other team members, I'm like, those sound like fake names. And even like, it's not far-fetched to think that they would have fake names, okay? It's not far-fetched that, because a lot of companies, what I've noticed is like Activision's going to have to make a push. So Activision's going to have to make a push to sell their product. There's going to be companies that need to make a push to sell their product. And they're going to have to do some things. And, you know, there's always that odd game that you'll find, okay? Like I was showing an example of Sonic and the Secret Rings, and that was just a beautiful game. That was a game you didn't expect to be that pretty, but it's a really pretty game. The whole thing that's going on right now, the problem is me catching up with it, but like it's not too much of a problem, but it's kind of like, okay, so they're I recently in Shadow of Colossus found this, like to see this key piece up here. I found something that was kind of like that, but in a different way. Okay, we're not even paying attention to the tree. Have you noticed that we have not paid attention at all to this tree? Like the whole idea of the fuzz animation and all that. We're not paying attention to that. And the reason we're not paying attention to that, okay, is because like even if we don't pay attention to the tree, look, we got the Maya spike horn, but it's not even just being a Maya spike horn, okay? It's kind of actually being something different. See, rather than just being the Maya horn, it's being something completely different. It's having a little shade underneath there too. So they know about my shades that I found in the game. They know about that. It's very good information to find in the game, but it's very hard to find it too. Very, very difficult. It's like it can be pretty rare at times. Like even this, what I find funny about this is they're even insulting me and they're insulting you, they're insulting everybody by just putting this little thing right here. Because they got the triangle. I love the tiny triangles, by the way. I'm always studying these tiny triangles for a main reason. But look at this. They're having kind of us making fun of like a mask piece, right? Or maybe even a belt loop, that kind of thing. This video right here, man, I cannot believe this video. Like they put out some scary stuff today. They put out some scary stuff. I'm not even breaking down these two things yet because I want to have a better picture of what those two things are. But yeah, so what actually scares you, or something that's like something different for your eye, okay? Or something that's like off-putting or has kind of like an emotional feel to it, it's going to have a lot of things you don't think it's going to have, okay? It's going to make you think again. Even like something as simple like even this I'm seeing right now. See this little bird thing they got here? Well, you may be like, okay, that's a bird. That has to be a bird. But then you're getting a Maya headpiece. You're getting something else. Not even just a Maya headpiece. You're getting some... Because Maya headpieces normally have like a different shape to it. So it's kind of like a fused or like a morphed or, just like a different angle. And then it's making you think about different things and then different things and then another thing. But yeah, and of course it looks like a foot. It does definitely look like a foot. And I actually like the way that leg looks, because that's stuff I'm paying attention to. I'm paying attention to those legs, definitely. But it's crazy because well, it makes sense too, because I mean Bomberman 2 is going to come out, and Konami probably sees that Bomberman 2 is a very good game. Selling these card products is going to be not hard, but it shouldn't be as easy as they think it is, because it's like they're working with they've worked with expensive market people, like people just wanting to buy the cards, and they're also working with lower income people. So they're working with two different markets, okay? And this right here, though, like I like how this was done, because what this was done, like they added so much in this, and this was even a distraction because you'd probably be paying attention to that, and you'd probably be paying attention to that. But those were like, they're good, but they're like little distractions, It's this right here, up here too, that they actually made an emphasis on that. But like, if they want me to like break down with this, because I broke down Shantae with ease, but with this they want me to be like lost. You know what I mean? They want me to be like all over the place with it. But like the little leg, and I love this thing too, by the way, down here, this right down here, I love this thing. I will tell you more detail what this is. That has to be studied and then studied again and then studied again before I draw a conclusion. But that's very good stuff to pay attention to. And we'll just be funny and be like, oh, look, it's Sonic down there. Let's just be funny for now. We'll be like, oh, there's Sonic down there. But there is different things they're using. I like, dude, I love how that even looks like, she's looking like those eyes, because here's the funny part about it too. Yeah, they are. I hate to tell you this, people, but like, yeah, there is funny parts where you've been made fun of. You've been like a little bit off the eight ball. You've been not just off the eight ball. You've been like, you just haven't been looking at anything. You haven't been looking in. But they this down here is actually a pretty crazy thing. It's a little bit different too, but it has a draw, doesn't it? You know what I'm saying? It has a draw for you to look at the card. Okay, so it has a draw in looking in that card, and it's funny how it's called planetary, right? So it's called planetary, and I've been doing this for quite a bit. So of course they're like, oh no, here's the flat Earth guy. They're like, they're like, oh, here's this flat Earth planetary guy. But really, the reason I talk so much intelligent things that you can't see, or like this stuff, is because that's the problem. The problem is, if you're wanting to code a game, if you're wanting to find like really good secrets of a video game, you have to put in a lot. You have to put a lot of detail, and it doesn't just come off the bat. It just like, and that's kind of like the funny thing, because like if you even take like an old game like Star Fox Super Nintendo, you could play it and then you can get to the secret levels and you'll have a different experience than somebody else that had an experience at the secret level. The same with Pokemon Red and Blue. You'll do like glitches and you'll get different experiences. So it's always like, if you're actually going to want to show something, if I'm going to want to show you something valuable, I'm going to have to put in the work. Because if not, they'll be like, oh, look, it's a Goomba head. They'll be like, oh, it's a Goomba, that kind of thing. That's exactly why the Mario 64 movie, I'm so critical of it, because it was just a huge distraction. And it was hilarious, dude. It was hilarious. It was such a troll. Such a troll. They had these actors. It was just kind of like a money kind of thing, like a show of your money. So that's what that was. But yeah, you guys have a good one, all right?